Well, good morning and welcome to another super smiley, sensational Saturday where we're going to set ourselves up for success for our Team Infinity weekly call. So in case you are catching the replay, thank you for watching. And for the rock stars who are here with me live, it's absolutely awesome to hang out with you. Drink coffee and have amazing connected conversations to kickstart our week. So I thought that I would just kick off today with a really simple but crucial message when it comes to network marketing. So last week we talked about belief and we talked about what's the one action that you can take. So today I want to kick off with two little things, and then I'm going to kind of connect it to the third thing. So the 3 steps. So number one, when it comes to marketing, and you think we're in network marketing, the second word is marketing. So it's super important that we understand marketing, but it's not just about marketing. We need to actually reach out and do sales as well, which is the networking part. So I think I've seen so many people, not just in network marketing, but in businesses in general. I'm working with a lot of new coaching clients who are launching courses and coaching programs and things online. And they all think that they can just do a live video or a pretty post and magically, like the Pied Piper, all these clients are just going to start signing up. And that doesn't happen. So when it comes to marketing, it's really important that we're clear on who we serve. Who is your ideal customer so you can speak their language? And then we need to be clear on what's the problem that we solve, which of course World Ventures is the platform or the solution to that problem. But we're not leading with World Ventures, we're leading with talking their language, solving their problem. World Ventures just happens to be the solution, which is the are you open, and leading into that. So that takes connected conversations. And Terry is the master of having connected heart-to-heart conversations, because that's what this is all about. It's getting into people's hearts. And when they've given up, when they've lost hope, our job is to breathe love and possibility back into their hearts with what's possible through this incredible platform. Now, then the belief limitations kick in, because you may be thinking, oh, but I don't have a result yet. And that's where we need to be sharing stories, where you're sharing stories of Terry or Noel or Dave and Yvette Yoloa, Michael Catlow, ourselves, people who've actually been part of this community and had results. So you share someone else's success story until other people are sharing your success story. So super, super important. So that's the first part of marketing 101. Who do you serve? What's the problem that you solve? So yes, we're doing attraction marketing posts and creating curiosity, but where the money's made is actually reaching out and having connected conversations. And that's the part that I want to talk about now, in that the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, I'm kicking my own ass this week. As you all know, I'm the laptop lifestyle queen. I have been online marketing now for 8 years, and I have got so many fishing lines out in the ocean now that I've lost track of all the lines. There's so many out there. But what happens is, over time, you start having people reach out to you. Now, naughty Cordy here, I went across to my Travelpreneur page because I saw I had a new message this week. I had 6 people who'd reached out to me who I hadn't connected with and had a conversation. So of course I've now done that. I've reached out, I've apologized, and I've started conversations with all of those people. But I'm sharing my mistake with you, because how many people are you missing because you haven't followed up? Now, there are going to be people that you shared this with in the early days when you first got started, and maybe back then timing wasn't right. Or maybe back then you didn't have the level of skill, experience, you didn't have a success story you could share to the point that it just didn't resonate with them. but we all go in cycles. So just like the weather, you know, we have 4 seasons in a year. Well, the same thing happens in our life. We all run in 90-day cycles. So, and for women, we have the monthly cycle on top of that, of course. So, you know, you might just have caught someone on a bad day, or at a time when, you know, things were great, or maybe they were so bad that they just didn't have the capacity to actually look at anything else. So this is now your opportunity to say, who else can I go back to? Who have I shared this with? And I'm not talking go back to sell them. I'm talking go back to connect with them. Go back and have a connected conversation. So what I would love you to do right now is grab your piece of paper. I've got my notepad and my texters, and I'm going to set the timer on my phone for 1 minute. And for 1 minute, I want you to just write a list of as many people that you can think of who you could follow up with this week. So that's the number one thing. That's the number one action that I want everybody to do right now. So I'm going to just pop on a little bit of, actually, we've got a favorite song. Let me find my music. I've lost it. I had it open and then I had a message come through. Playlist. Oh, should we go fight song or I've got a feeling? I got a feeling we might do that one. All right, we've got our music going. I've set my timer. So, whoops. So let's kick off for 1 minute and let's write our list of everyone you can think of that you could follow up with this week. Let's go. All right, team, that is 1 minute. So let me just get back to Zoom. How did we all go? Did we all get some names written down? Yep, Terry's giving me the big thumbs up. I love it. So I have actually written down 5 actual names, but I've also written down my Travelpreneur leads, which I know that there, so that's 11. I also had a lead page where I was capturing leads, so I know that there's another 12 there, so that's 23. And then when we did the Bob Proctor post and we, like, you know how we did the comment strategy on sponsored posts, I know that I've probably got at least 300 people right there. So that's about roughly 330 people that just in that 1 minute I've thought of that I could actually do follow-up messages with. Now, of course, building on that incredible video message strategy that Terry shared with us last week, I could now send 20 messages a day. Let's make it 30 because I've got 300 people. That's me sorted for the next 10 days, just reaching out to those people. So I'm sharing that with you today because I think sometimes we really overcomplicate this business, and it's such a simple business. Really, we are in the business of building relationships, having heart-to-heart connected conversations, understanding where are people at, what's their problem, and how can we help them. And the more people we help, the more people that you're going to sign up. So that is the only strategy that I want you to focus on this week. Now, I am going to share one more little story with you. So this week in my coaching business, I'm using the exact same strategies that I've been practicing and working one-on-one with Terry for the last couple of years. I'm using those in my other business as well. Now, this week, I've signed up 3 brand new clients at almost 3,000 US each, who were all complete strangers. All I did was joined a group. So I got clear on who my niche was. I joined a group. I didn't get into that group to sell. I got into that group to serve, to connect, to add value. So every time I saw posts with questions where I knew I could add value, I gave as much as I could. Absolute free coaching that people would probably pay thousands of dollars for. And I gave and I gave and I gave. And what I started happening is people were seeing my comments, and I had people reaching out to me saying, wow, Coles, I saw your comment on that post. I'd love some help with that too. And at the end of the post, I finished with, remember those 3 words, are you open? So what I said was, if you'd like some more help, are you open to jumping on a free strategy call with me? Would love to connect and have a chat, learn more about your business to see how else I can help you. From that, generated 4 calls. Out of those 4 calls, signed up 3 people. That is how simple this process is. But we all overcomplicate it. But it's you getting clarity on how do you want to do this business. So number 1, we need to connect an invite. And then number 2, we need them to see a presentation. So to do that, you can either invite them onto one of Terry's presentations, and Terry does an amazing presentation. He's running presentations all the time. The second thing, you could actually just take them to your website, click the flag, click video number 2, and they can watch a company presentation. They're usually around 10 minutes. They're even in the local language of that country if you're sharing it with someone who's not based in the same country as you. All right there, the tools that corporate, our company have provided for us. Or the third option, which is my absolute favorite, Dave Yaloa has linked arms. Like, Dave Yaloa is $1 million earner, an IMD in our company. He's linked arms with Byron Shrug, who's a 2 times IMD, and Brian Brown, another IMD. Like, so many incredible leaders who are going to do the work for us. They have created these incredible groups. Subscription to Fun, which is the product group. So for people who you just want to introduce to the travel side, and Subscription to Freedom, which is more focused on the business and the opportunity side. So we have so many incredible resources. But my question to you is, are you clear on your system or your process? Now, if you're brand new, my recommendation would be link arms with your upline leader, where you have a connected conversation, you edify your leader. If you don't know how to edify a leader, go to your Dream Trips app, go to the Quick Coach videos and watch the 3-minute Quick Coach edification video. If you don't know how to edify, you will not have success in this business. So that is one of the crucial key success skills that you need to do, and it's super, super simple. So once you've edified your leader, so for example, if I was on Terry's team and I'd reached out and connected with somebody, and I was now at the point that I wanted to invite them to see a presentation, I would be like, oh my gosh, Mary, you have to meet my friend Terry. Terry's got a background in accounting. He's an author, he's a coach, but he's also really successful in business. And he's actually introduced me to this concept in travel that is absolutely amazing. And I think that could help with blah, 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 whatever their problem is. I'm going to set up a 3-way chat so that I can connect you with him. He's an incredible mentor. He's been helping me, and I think he could help you too. And he runs free information sessions online where you can jump on and actually have mentoring that people would pay thousands of dollars for. Now you can see I've edified Terry, and it's not a sell, right? I'm just wanting to connect someone with someone who I hold in high regard, someone who's helped me, and someone who I think can help you too. So then, of course, we're going to set up a 3-way chat with Terry. Now, Terry's a master at communicating, and obviously myself, Noel, whoever your leaders are, we would all do the same thing. In that message, we're then going to edify you. We're going to say, oh my gosh, Mary is an absolute rock star. You are so lucky to be connected with Mary. I think the world of her, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, it all has to be genuine. It has to come from the heart. But that's our job as leaders. Our first thing is to edify you back. But then we're going to build rapport, and we're then going to take care of your guest. So you don't even have to do anything. You can sit back, drink coffee, and enjoy the show, because now we're going to do the hard lifting for you, and we are going to support you and do this with you. So that's the key there. We're not going to do it for you. We're going to do it with you. So when you're inviting your guest to jump on a call, you should be on that call too. Now, if you can't, if you're working, hey, we totally get it, but you still need to play your part. You still need to be, hey, I'm so excited. You're jumping on with Terry today at 7:30. You're going to get some fantastic information. Make sure that you've got a notepad and pen, because you're going to want to take some notes. And I'm going to touch base with you at around 8:30 to see how you went. I can't wait to hear your feedback. That is how you set up a presentation successfully, and that is how you're going to partner with Terry to play your part so that he can help you to build your business. It's not just flick them to Terry, fingers crossed, hope and pray, and a miracle's going to occur. Like, it's all about building relationships, partnering, and working together. So I hope that that's simplified the process a little bit for you today, but it really starts with being clear on who you want to work with. So for me, I got real clarity that I want to work with women who've already had success in their careers. They're earning really good money. So if they're not at 6 figures, they're close. So they're used to having, a very nice lifestyle, but now they're worn out. They're busy. And they can think of nothing better than to have a laptop lifestyle, a lifestyle where they have a residual online income, they can travel, they can have fun with their family, spend time with their kids, go to the gym, go for a walk along the beach. They're looking for that freedom. So I know that my niche is helping women who want to break free of either their traditional business or their corporate job to be able to create a laptop lifestyle. And that is who I serve. Now, what is their problem? Their problem is that they are busy. They are time poor. And another thing is probably going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. So if I then go and pitch to them about some business, the first thing in their mind is, oh my goodness, I'm already so busy. There's no way I could fit in another thing, right? So immediately it would be like, I'm out. So I have to speak their language. I've got to be, how are you going? How are you juggling things? Oh my gosh, I totally get it. My business used to consume me. I had no time with the kids. My husband used to joke that he was going to get my phone surgically removed. We were disconnected. And this is where we transition. But I knew if nothing changed, nothing would change. And the only person that could change something was me. And then I'm going to share a story. So then I met this incredible guy by the name of Michael Catlow. He was like me. He was controlled and consumed by his business. He was time poor, but he was also pretty much broke because the business was just, so stressful and everything was going back into the business. And he felt exactly like I did. When I met him, he'd been traveling full time, earning a multiple 6-figure income for 2.5 years. And when I met him, it was like, oh my goodness, you are living my dream life. How do I have what you're having? So of course, he showed me a simple concept and how I could do something in small pockets of time so that it didn't add on to my already chaotic schedule. And then that was going to help me buy back my time. And within 5 months, I was able to actually quit my coaching business and just do this part-time and be a full-time mum. And since then, I've had 29 amazing holidays in the last 3 years. How cool is that? So you can see how I've started that story. I've then said, I found someone just like me. They showed me a way that I could do something in small pockets of my time, because remembering this person's already busy, and obviously then the result. So it's all about sharing stories, because facts tell, stories sell. No one wants to be sold a business. Nobody wants to be sold a travel club, but they do want a solution to their problem. So it's super important that you get clear on who do you want to work with, what is their problem so you can speak their language, and then what's the next step for you? Are you going to invite them into a presentation of Terry's? Are you going to ATM them into subscription to fun and put them into a 3-way chat? You need to work out what's your system and your strategy to build your business. And it can start this weekend with following up all of those incredible people that you've just written down on your follow-up list. So I'd love to hear back from you. So what is your feedback so far? Have you had an aha moment from this? Do you have any questions on what I've shared today? Because really marketing is super simple. You just have to get clarity on those few key things. Who do you serve? What is their problem? And then how are you going to show them the solution? Whether that be sending them to your website, you might want to just catch up with them for a coffee. When I started, I used to catch up with people for a coffee. That's totally cool too, but it's you working out your way. All right, well, that's enough of me rabbiting on for today's call. So I am now going to hand over to an incredible man who I just think the absolute world of, who is totally kicking ass in this business. So Mr. Terence Pope, over to you, superstar.
Hey, Kylie, thank you very much, Kylie. That was so good, so good. So many little tidbits, that everybody can take a hold of. And go back and listen to that a number of times if you're watching the recording. Go back and watch it a few times and pick up a few things. And probably the most important thing there was to find their pain point, find their why, start a conversation. Don't even think about World Ventures. You're looking for how you can help these people. Go into their world, basically, and then they'll walk into yours. We had a few things we talked about last week, and I'm just going to expand on that. And we talked about the contacting, the invite. And I've changed the way I invite people. And we have other people around me who are getting success from this. So I'm just going to, firstly give you some numbers on what's actually happening, why it's happening, and then I'm going to show you how to get yourself into that same state, to get all the success that you deserve because you're taking action. And you deserve the reason you got into this business. You deserve to solve your pain point. You deserve to enjoy the benefits of everything that's available here. The abundance, the travel, the money, the friends, everything. You deserve it. But it all starts, the only way that starts is to find out what your why is and know why you're here. But then the second step you need to take is actually invite people to see what you've seen. And we've changed the way we're doing things lately, particularly me. In the last 14 days, I've actually been sending out short video invite messages, and we can teach you how to do that. Reach out and we can show you how to do that. Very simple. And the simplest invite is around about 10 seconds. That's all it is. Opening the door to see if they're available to watch your presentation. And the reason it works is this. If you send someone a text invite, they're going to receive it in their own emotional state. And they may have had a crap day. and you wonder why. You're going, oh, they didn't reply to me. Oh my God, life's a bitch. Well, you don't know where they're at, you know. They may have had an absolute terriblest day, and the message doesn't go in, doesn't sink, because it doesn't get through the clutter in their own mindset. But as people, as human beings, we communicate and we receive information. Everything around us is information. It's how we receive it, right? We'll either receive it visually, auditory, or we'll get the feeling, the kinesthetic of it. We'll get the feeling. And the best way to deliver that message is through a video message. So we've been doing video invites for the last couple of weeks. And that video invite, how you send it is so important. The state that you're in when you send it is the state they receive it, whether they look at it today, tomorrow, next week, the week after, or next year. Doesn't matter what state they're in. If you deliver this properly, you're going to change their state and get their attention. Now, I just said that it doesn't matter when they see it. And I'll tell you what happened was, I've been doing this for 14 days. Yesterday, I had 2 people respond to this video message. One of them I sent 12 days ago. The other one I sent 14 days ago. Doesn't matter when they get it. They're going to get it from the state that you've delivered it. And in that time, in the last 14 days, I've sent 330 short video messages. And I do about 20 odd a day. I've been averaging 20 a day now, but they take me about 45 minutes. Now they're only short, and you wonder, well, why do they take 45 minutes? Because I set up every message. There's something I do. I change my state every time. I know the result I want. I want to deliver the message. I see it happening. I expect it to happen. And that's the state I have to get in. What am I delivering? What's the opportunity for these people to walk into my world? I could give you my affirmation I do for that. I'm not going to do it right now. If you want to connect with me, and I'll tell you exactly what I do. And it's an affirmation I've done for a long time. But it's about getting myself in the state. Now, I've sent 330 messages getting into that state. I've had 46 replies so far. I've had 7 no's. Very, very polite no's. No thank yous. And not no thank you, they didn't want to see it. No thank you because they're okay. And I will tell you, one of those no's has turned into someone who's in rapid funnel already. Now, they're in rapid funnel because they're in they've got their own network marketing business. They're happy with it. They think they're crushing it. Life's good. They're very busy. And she did a social media post about travel. Well, you put up a social media about travel, I'm going to start a conversation with you. And we did. And then she eventually said, private message me. So she's in rapid funnel. That's where that went. I've had 35 yeses. Would you like 35 people who want to see the presentation based on your efforts over the last 2 weeks? I started to show those presentations. And based on what Kylie says, go into their world and find their pain point, find out what they're looking for. My presentation starts right there. I want to know why I'm going to show them the solution that comes after it. Okay. So if you want to connect with what we're doing on the presentations, feel free, reach out. We can send you the links to actually attend those and get your prospects to do that. But 35 people have said yes. Now, I've showed this current presentation to 10 people and I've had 1 no. Now, because we've started with the right intent, I believe it's because I've started with the right intent to get them to watch it. And how do you get that right intent? Well, I'm going to show you right now if I, I can share my screen. Oh, thank you, Kylie. I was thinking, how can I do this? So I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to show you a quick slideshow presentation to explain to you how to get into state, how to make sure that you are ready to do it and why you need to get there and how this works. Okay, from current slide. Okay, can we all see that? Just wave to me. Oh, I can't see anybody, so no one's going to wave. I'm going to pretend you can actually see that. You know, we got into this. Terry, it's all good. Thanks, Kylie. You know, you got into this business to make a living while living life. You know, to buy back your time, to do the things that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to achieve. It's about getting time and money so that you can take the time and be able to afford to do those sort of things. But we live in a universe, and all the stuff you're going to see now is scientifically proven. You, everything around you, you know, we're all vibrating at a massive rate. You vibrate so fast, you look like you're standing still. Okay? But this is a vibrational universe. And you know, and in this business, what we're doing, the success you want from this business, success comes because of successful inviting. And there's a particular way you can make that more successful than what you do now, and that's to get yourself into the right state. You know, because a couple of things I'm going to explain to you now is about this universe and about you and why you need to raise your state to be more attractive to the people you're going to send these invites out to. Because if you want to find the secrets of this universe, which includes the dreams and everything that you want, you have to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, Albert Einstein says everything is energy. Everything. That's all there is to this universe. But how do you get what you want? You have to match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It's just vibrating at a higher level than you, because you're in one space, it's in another, it already exists. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is actual physics. This is science. So science has actually proven that the universe is pure energy, and everything is in a state of vibrational frequency, and all energy that has the same vibration attracts each other. You are a vibrating wave of energy. At the quantum physics level, you're just an energy waveform. That's all you are. And your vibration in particular that you vibrate at is created by the combination of the vibrations of your dominant thoughts and the vibrations of your emotions. The last bit is extremely important, because your subconscious mind deals with this vibrating universe, and it's your emotional state that it reads. What you think about and feel about will be attracted into your life experience. You are an emotional being. This is why your emotions are so important. Understand this. It is not the amazing relationship you want. It's not the dream house you want. It's not the dream car you want. It's not being debt-free you want. It's how you will feel when you have your dream. That's what you want. You're satisfying your emotions. You know, under the thing, I don't know whether you've heard about the law of attraction. If you haven't heard about it, you've probably been hiding somewhere. But in the law of attraction, the universe responds to whatever vibration you are offering by giving you more of whatever you are vibrating to. You have to vibrate to the state you want. In this vibrational universe, there's you. You're on a level where you are, and you're vibrating at your current state based on your current dominant thoughts and your emotions that attach to each one of those thoughts, because every thought has a vibration, has an emotion attached to it. Where your dreams are, where your success is, where you want to be is on a higher vibrational level, and you want to get there. And there's only one way to get there, and it's not a straight line, by the way. That's what the challenges of life are for. But you want to get there. And the only way you do that is you have to raise your vibrational state initially and then take action. And the more action you take, the quicker this will happen for you. So you've heard about massive action before. Do massive action, you'll get traction. And then action, you know, you'll get that manifestation from that attraction. You will get there. How long? Based on your action. But you, in this universe, you ask and you receive. I've got all this stuff in the road. I've got to get out of the way. Sorry about that. Ask and you shall receive. You have to be certain of your desires, what you really want, because clarity has great power. What happens with most people when they want things in life? At the back of everything, they're emotional. They have an emotion of fear that they're not going to get it. And their subconscious reads that emotion, and they wonder why they never get it, because they're telling their subconscious that they don't want it. Believe what you're going to receive. You ask by your thoughts. Know what you want, but you command by your emotions. So know how you're going to feel, how when you have it in the future, but bring that emotion into you right now. Don't live in the past. Live in the moment as if the future has already arrived. But then you have to take action, because you show faith by your actions. And faith is a really powerful energy form. But you have to get clarity on what you want. You know, because clarity has power. Be clear on your emotional reason of what you want. You know, of all the things you like, which one is most important to you? Why did you choose that one? Why is that important to you? And you may have to ask yourself several times, why is that important to you? When that reason comes up to that, why is that important to you? Keep drilling down until you find the true emotional reason how you will feel. And then know, how will that change your life when you have that? And how will you feel when you are experiencing this in your life? That is so important for you to know, because once you know that emotional reason, get into that state, and you'll be making a living while living life. So what I do is I get myself into that state. I know what I want from this business. I know what it's going to mean to me. I know what I'm going to feel like when I've experienced it. And I get into that state before I send every video message. That's why it takes me 45 minutes to send 20 videos. But what is 45 minutes in the big scheme? Absolutely nothing. If you checked on your actions every day, you would be amazed at how much time you actually waste. If you could collect that time and compress it and take some action and send out some successful invites. The first ones you send, they might be a little bit wonky. That's okay. Because when we do these video messages, you can review it before you send it. I had someone ask me the other day, they said, Terry, what do I do about the ones who haven't seen it yet? I said, don't worry, they'll see about it. But I said, are the messages you're sending now got more feeling, more impact? And he went, yes. I said, great, go back and delete it and change it. Give them a new one. They haven't seen it yet. So there's opportunities here to stay connected. But if I hadn't started those invites by this video call to these people I don't know, would you like to have 1 in 10 of your video messages that you send have someone say yes to you in this business? Where will that take you in a very short future? But it all starts with your list that you have, that Kylie talked about before. Who can you reach out to from your past, from the people you've connected with, or the new people that you're going to connect with, and create a conversation before you send this message. Get into their world. See, I don't just send the message and say, hey, you free on Sunday night? I go in and I appreciate and acknowledge them very quickly, and then I ask them. It's really important how we're sending this. Good luck, and look forward to seeing you on the stages of the world and swimming on the beaches with us. Okay, that's me.
Awesome, 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 Terry. You are just getting better and better and better every time you share. I love it. And I hope all of you can actually feel Terry's energy when he presents. And I'm the same, right? Like, I show up with faith, courage, and enthusiasm. I show up excited, because if I'm not excited, how the heck can I have anyone else be excited? And you can hear the same with Terry. But the first thing that we both do is we come from our heart. We come from a place of love and service. What can we give? How can we help? Because if you don't come from a place of love, you're coming from a place of fear. And as Terry shared, everything is energy. So in love energy, it's abundance and it's making a difference. Of course, when you're coming from fear, it's scarcity, and that's just not going to work. Now, I love what Terry said about taking action, and action is energy. And it's also, and I love what Marcus says, I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. So every master was once a disaster. So you may be looking at Terry and seeing his messages, or me and seeing my messages, and thinking, oh my goodness, I can't send messages as good as them. Well, guess what? Neither could we 4 years ago, but we had to start somewhere. And, I remember when I very first started in this business, I wasn't doing video messages back then, because I think at the time you couldn't even send video messages through Messenger. So back then, I was just sharing a heartfelt message, and I sent between 2 and 5 messages through Messenger every morning. I was consistent between 5 and 5:30 a.m., Monday to Friday. All I did was send connected messages from my heart to reach out and genuinely, hey, how are you? Haven't caught up for a while. What have you been up to? Now, obviously, my intention was to invite them to jump onto a webinar, but that wasn't coming across in the message, because it was genuinely connecting first. So remember, we have to, social media, you got to be social first, marketer second. Show up as a person first before a marketer. Super, super, super important. Now, I want to, one more quick thing just to add on from what Terry shared. Very important that you understand your why. And again, like if you rewatch this, those questions that Terry went through, the 5 questions, you know, what do you really want? Why is that important to you? What's the impact if you don't have that? Does that worry you? Like, they are really important questions. So when you set your goal, so you should already have a goal for October. And if you don't, guess what? You're guaranteed to hit it, because if you aim at nothing, then that's what you're going to achieve. So if you don't already have, like, you got to show up to the month with the goal, because otherwise it's not going to happen. You've already lost. So we're now at what, the 11th, I think it is today. So if you don't, the 12th, there you go, time flies. So if you don't already have a goal, set a goal right now today with what you want to achieve by the end of October. And then you also want to have a goal of what you want to achieve by the end of the year. And I love to work in 90-day increments, and then I bring it back to a monthly goal. So right now, I just want you to focus on your October goal, right? So if you're clear on what that is, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and just visualize you having achieved that goal for October. Now, in a moment, not yet, I want you to write a number in the chat. Now, the number is on a scale of 1 to 10. 0 is you do not think that it's at all possible for you to achieve that goal, or a 10 out of 10, it is done. You absolutely know 100% that you can and will achieve that goal by the end of October. Just, I want you to go with whatever the first number is that comes out of your head. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you that you are going to achieve your goal in October? So jump in the chat, let me know, and I'm going to have a look at the numbers that come up. Everyone's being too scared to put numbers in. Come on, it's one little number. You can do it. And this is really important because I want you to actually get a lesson around this, and it's really going to tie into what Terry shared. So thinking about what is your goal for this month. So if you're watching this in the future and it's December, that's okay. Like, what's your goal this month? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how certain are you that you're going to hit that goal? Okay. So Nolene, thank you. So Nolene has said a 7, which is great. So what other numbers have we got coming through? Alrighty, so whatever your number is, I'm going to give you a really big insight here. Oops, I'm just going to mute out the background there. It's the noise. Okay, so whatever your number out of 10 is, if it's not 10, you're not going to achieve your goal, because you don't have the belief in you to actually achieve that goal. So there's 2 things that you need to do. Number 1, you either need to shift the goal. So let's just say that your goal was to sign up 4 people in October. So I'll use Nolene as an example. So, and Noel's put 8. Thanks, Noel. So if you're a 7 or an 8, it means you're not going to achieve your goal, because you don't believe with certainty that you're going to achieve it. So there's 2 things that you can do. Number 1 is we scale back the goal. So sometimes, and I know having trained, you know, a lot of business owners and high-level salespeople, and I myself have done it. We set these crazy, big, audacious, hairy goals, but we're kind of just putting something out there, right? And if you then don't have a system, a strategy, a plan, a vehicle, and an offer that can actually ensure you achieve that, then you may as well just make a wish. Like, it's just not going to happen. So it's super important that when we set these goals, that we have a strategy and an action plan, and we know how to do that. So for example, if you set your goal for October, was to join 6 personals, and then you said that you're a 7 out of 10, I would ask you, have you ever done 6 personals in a month? So if you've never done that and you're just kind of putting it out there as a hope, then it may not happen without the support of a leader or an action plan to do that. But everything's numbers. So if you've joined 4 people in a month before, you know what you did to do that. So let's just say that to join 1 person, you need to send out 20 messages. Out of those 20 messages, let's just say 5 people jump on a presentation, and out of those 5 people, 1 join. So therefore, based on the numbers, you know that you need to send out 20 messages to get 1 person to sign up. So if you want 6 people to sign up in the month, you just do the maths. So 6 times 20, we know that we've got to send 120 messages. But you're not going to, you want to compress those messages into the beginning of the month to then have the results by the end of the month, because sometimes, people have got to get their money together, wait till they get paid, or, whatever. So that's option 1, is to scale back the goal. So if you don't think you could do 6 in a month, let's bring it back to 4 in a month, so that you're certain, if you're not a 10 out of 10, that you believe with certainty that you can achieve your goal. Subconsciously, that's that energy Terry was talking about, and it's not going to happen. The second option is if you are absolutely certain that you don't want to scale back your goal, now you have to change. So you've got to shift your belief system. And the way to do that is with certainty and with clarity, because clarity will give you the certainty. So for example, I love to cook. I'm a decent cook. I wouldn't say that I'm a master chef by any stretch, right? So if I was on one of those master chef shows and, I don't know, whatever the fancy chef is with all of his fandangle amazing cakes came in and I had to replicate that cake, I would have no idea where to start. But if I had that chef sitting next to me and I had the recipe, the proven system, and I just had to follow the steps, then that would take me from probably a 0 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10, because now I know I've got the system and I've got the support to actually achieve my goal. So if you don't want to shift the goal to get you to a 10 out of 10, that's where you need to link arms with our support team, with our leaders. And I know Terry reaches out to Michael Catlow all the time, and Michael Catlow is, oh my goodness, he and Katie, we are so lucky to be part of their team. Now, we also have a call today. So if you go to the Team Infinity page, Monique Lanham, our marketing director from Canberra, she actually posted today, there's a call with Brian Brown, who founded the Rat Pack, retired at 20, and he's going to teach you how to turn your mobile phone into an ATM machine. So it's tapping into other leaders and downloading all of their information. It's being a sponge. Now, here's the thing. After every call, you then need to say, what am I taking away from that call that fits in with me, and let go of the rest, because you can feel really overwhelmed after jumping off a call, especially if you've been on this call and then you jump on a second call. So you want to take notes. I've got notes from today. You want to take notes, and then at the end of the call, schedule 15 minutes to say, right, what am I taking on, and what action am I going to take? What am I implementing? What can I do right now? And then let go of the rest, so you don't get into that overwhelm and confusion. You've just got that 1 or 2 clear action items that you are going to implement in that step-by-step recipe for success. So I'm going to now ask Nolene and Noel again, coming back to you. Do you want to adjust your goal and bring it back, and then ask yourself that question again? And you want to keep doing this process until you're a firm 10 out of 10. Or you need to say, who can help me with this? Who's someone that I can reach out to who can actually help me achieve this goal? Because I know it's possible, but right now I don't have the belief or knowledge in how I can get there myself. And that's where you reach out and you have a mentor. And it's why I always have a coach. Now, sometimes you will outgrow your coach. And that actually happened to me this week. I've got a coach who I engaged last year. He came very highly recommended, and I jumped on a call, and he was blown away with what we had created in our coaching business. And he said, I don't know how you're getting the prices that you're getting. Now, I was blown away that he was like thinking so small, because he was a coach who I'd put on a pedestal. So then I had actually outgrown my coach. So energetically, I knew that that was it. My time with that coach was done. And now I have to find someone who's at a higher level. So make sure that you don't allow other people's limiting beliefs to actually keep you small. You want to have a coach or someone who's going to work with you, who believes in you, who knows what's possible and is going to stretch you, but also make sure that it's not too big of an ambitious goal, that you don't have that strategy, that you're not setting yourself up to fail. Because then when you don't achieve it, and you don't achieve it, and you don't achieve it, and I don't achieve it, that's also going to be planting seeds of fear and disbelief into your brain. And over time, you'll end up giving up and quitting. So it's really important to find that balance. So I'm going to just, before I wrap up, just hand back to Nolene and Noel to pop a number in the chat. So where are you now on a scale of 1 to 10? Have you scaled back the goal and you're at a 10, or is it something that you now need help to be able to move forward? And if you're watching the replay, same thing, just share in the comments below where I post the replay into our Facebook group, or if you're watching it on YouTube, you can comment below, and I can absolutely get back to you and support you to make sure that you actually achieve your goals. So Mr. Terence Pope, any other final words before we wrap up the call? Oh, I think you're muted, Terry.
Isn't that a good thing?
No,
Kylie, that was that. Yeah, no, that was absolutely fantastic, Kylie. I just think just get into your right space and take action, and it really starts with sending the message. You know, if you're concerned about your goal, take more action. You know, action really overcomes fear. Any fears you have, any doubts you have, take action, because I'm telling you, if people don't, because I'm sending 20 messages a day at the moment, I don't care if 18 of them don't reply.
Yeah.
But 2 a day, right? 2 a day. For 14 days, I've had 46. That's about 3 a day.
Yeah.
But some of them haven't replied the first day. Right now, because my emotional state is high, last couple of days, I've had 3 reply before I've even finished sending the 20 messages. Mm-hmm. Okay? It takes time to build up that speed. Did I know how to, colleague said about taking videos before. I couldn't do a video. I have trouble connecting through the internet. But now I transfer my energy, and know that in some cases that's going to connect. Yeah. Because part of my affirmation is to see that my message lands in the fertile soil of their hearts. Yeah. Because that's where I want to land. Even when I'm standing with you, talking to you, looking you in the eyes, I want to be communicating with your heart, with your soul. Because when you feel that, it's how you feel towards me that will help you relax and want to know more, and even tell me more. Okay? So, you know, don't be afraid of doing the message. Practice it. I wrote it down. I would have practiced it 20 times. And then my first lots of messages, like smile, I would go smile. And I learned how to just do that. You know? It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Yeah. Beautiful, Terry. Thank you so much for sharing. And I can see Noel has just said he's a 10 out of 10 now. And yes, he needs help. So awesome source, we can absolutely support you. And so for everybody catching this replay, would love to get your feedback in the comments. So how many people you get on your follow-up list? So what's your action from this call? That's the most important thing with these calls. Yes, it's about learning, growing your skill, but it's also about now what are you going to go and implement? Because knowledge will make you smarter, action will make you richer. Action is what's going to actually make a difference, make an impact in the world to others, and ultimately that's going to come back and fulfill on your why, your dreams, your goals. And you, your family, your goals and your dreams are all absolutely worth it. So thank you so much for tuning into today's call. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be online with you amazing rock stars. So let's have a kick-ass week, and I can't wait to be celebrating your success next week.